An often overlooked command on our Cisco Catalyst switches is the show interfaces status command. This command is very, very valuable because it gives us the ability to verify certain parameters of our interfaces that could be useful during troubleshooting processes. Let's go ahead and focus on Fast Ethernet 0/1 in this case. If we look at Fast Ethernet 0/1, notice that it provides the name of that particular interface, but it's not really the name. It's a description. You can go to the interface and you can type in the command description and then put a description of that interface. And that description shows up here under name. So I typed in description, connection _2 _PC _1, and that's what showed up here. So it helps you identify exactly what the purpose of this particular interface is for. It's our connection to PC1. And notice the status column says that it is connected. Connected is indicating that we have physical layer connectivity here. We have layer 2 connectivity as well. We are up in this particular case. It indicates which VLAN the interface belongs to. By default, all VLANs are a member, or pardon me, all interfaces are a member of VLAN 1. And then our duplex and speed settings. So in this case, our interface is set to full duplex, which is what we want nowadays. We do not want to use half duplex unless it's necessary for legacy connectivity of some legacy device. But what does the A mean here? What does the A mean? That is referring to the fact that between ASW1 and PC1, they auto-negotiated the duplex setting. Now, what happens if your duplex settings are mismatched? So, for example, let's say ASW1 was full duplex, but PC1 was set to half duplex, right? So no auto-negotiation happened. We went to PC1, we set it to half duplex, and ASW1 was set to full duplex. The result of that is we'd have very, very, very slow connectivity. So what might normally take 30 seconds to transfer a file might take 4 or 5 minutes to transfer a file now between PC1 and the network. So anytime somebody is complaining of very, very slow connectivity and nobody else is complaining about very slow connectivity, you might want to come and check out the duplex settings here and verify, do those duplex settings match our PC or our other device on the other side? Speed. Here in this case, we auto-negotiated our speed to 100 megabits per second. So PC1 has an interface that supports 100 megabits per second. The ASW1's interface supports 10 megabits per second plus 100 megabits per second. They auto-negotiated 100. Now, what happens if we have a speed mismatch? What if PC1 is set to 10 megabits per second and my switch is set to 100 or vice versa, whatever? Well, in that case, we'd have no connectivity at all. So it's very important that speed matches exactly or you'd have no connectivity. It's very important that duplex matches exactly, or you would have very slow connectivity. So notice that these interfaces of Fast Ethernet 0/4 all the way down, they're all set to duplex and speed of auto. That's the default. Nothing's connected to them, so it says not connected. They're all members of VLAN 1. Also, you'll find this status column very, very helpful when you are troubleshooting issues related to the air disabled state. So let's say you're using port security in your organization, and for some reason the port has been shut down and put in the air disabled state. Well, this status column would tell you that it is in the air disabled state. Or if you're using BPDU guard, and you have a rogue BPDU that comes in on the interface, you can have that interface go into the air disabled state as well. So you would see that information here in the status column. If you're using any of these ports as a span port, meaning for mirroring, then you would see also the status indicating that it's used for monitoring purposes. So very, very useful output, but you often see it omitted in documentation. So become familiar with the snapshot that this output is giving you on the different interfaces on your Catalyst switch.